This is a quick walkthrough of how to look at patient journeys in Google Analytics. This is a demo account. So typically, you will land on the home page. The first thing is to go to the Explore section. Here, you can create a new path exploration. Okay, so as you see, you can set a particular name, you can select the range. So we're going to keep it for the last month. Uh, they automatically add a set of segments which are useful and a few dimensions and metrics. For our use case, these are enough, but you can choose to add more. So, for example, I can search here. So, if I want to look at the source and medium, if I want to look at the other things, I can just browse and add a few things here. But as I said, we're looking at is enough for us at this point. Now, here we want to look at how the patient charts through the pages. So we're gonna remove this whole thing and start over. So we're gonna click on start over. Now, what we want to do is see how people reach a certain page, for example. So let's take the page title and screen name. We're gonna pick the contact us page, assuming that's our endpoint. Now it's gonna show that in the last month, there were 9 visits. In fact, this is showing the event count, but let's look at the total users. So what you can do here is, if you look at the value section, this is the numbers that you see is essentially event count. Now we can, instead of event count, we can select the number of users. So now if you see here, there were 8 users who came on the contact us page, and they came via different pages. Now what we can do is click on them to keep backtracking in terms of how someone started. Now I can go more, but I think this is enough to demonstrate the idea. So now our values are total users. Then what we can also do, so typically you want to look at the whole funnel. What we can also do is, for example, if I add device category in breakdown, it'll create this nice category separation here. So if you hover over these, it will immediately show you, like for example, here there are 2 people who came to the contact us page via on mobile, and you can see their full path. Similarly, if I highlight desktop, you can see the folks who visited on a laptop or any larger screen and how they behaved. Now, these are smaller numbers, obviously, as a demo account. You will see larger numbers, and then you can choose based on the number of users, you can choose specific paths to dig deeper into. So, here, what I would like to do as I see this is, okay, biggest flow seems to be from about page. And where are these people coming from, right? So, these people are coming directly from the home page and they're flowing through. But then if I look at this path is interesting because people visited a particular service, and then they came to that particular service from a service group page, right? And they reached there from the providers page. So, and in this particular case, they started from the home page. So again, as you do it on a real website with a lot of information, lot of users, you will see that very clear paths that light up. So here, if I see this person went to the homepage, went to providers, they might be looking at a particular provider, and then they saw that the services that the provider has. They looked at a particular service, and finally they decided to contact, essentially. This is a different path where they came on the homepage. They directly went to a particular to the service group. They read about a particular service within that, and then decide to reach out. So there are a variety of ways that patients will funnel to page that you desire, and this helps a lot in terms of segregating and figuring out what are your most powerful channels and how do you optimize them. And you can separate by category. There are a lot of other ways to separate. You can look at separation by gender as well, right? And then if you want, you can just keep adding more here and keep dragging them here, essentially. So I can do by country, but that's not really useful in this scenario. Similarly, instead of looking at total users as a value, I can choose to say that, hey, I want to see what's the action that the users did. So now this is showing you the action count. So if a user did more actions on particular pages, then uh, the count will be higher, which might show more engagement, essentially. You can even add specific filters. So if you want to, for example, just look up at a particular scenario, like I just want to look at, let's say, in terms of gender, for whatever reason I just want to look at a particular gender, I can filter by that. So yeah, I think that kind of should give an idea of how to get started at the whole funnel. Thank you.